Welcome into Breaking the Huddle with Sports Money. I'm Mikey Money here to give you guys big college breakdowns throughout the football season. And week 0 kicks us off with a banger, a top 25 showdown across the pond in Dublin, Ireland. Kansas State trying to exact revenge last year, having lost 29-21 to Iowa State, propelling Iowa State to the Big 12 championship game. In fact, Matt Campbell brings back a large number of returning starters, 14 starters returning. Belief system that this team can be the first one in Iowa State school history to win the Big 12 football championship. Kansas State and Avery Johnson are looking at this thing saying, not so fast. And if you look at it offensively, these teams are pretty close. 41st overall offensively in Kansas State, 31st overall last year offensively on the Iowa State side of things. Here's where I think the gaps exist for these two teams. Yeah, Kansas State ran and passed the ball pretty efficiently, pretty evenly, as a matter of fact. What did Iowa State do? Well, they like to pass the ball. They moved it 100 yards more through the air than on the ground. I know those are last year numbers, but with a large number of returning starters, I think that's relevant as we approach this game. Where did Kansas State struggle? It was the secondary defensively. They allowed almost twice as many passing yards to rushing yards. And so if you're sitting here and you see that Kansas State knows Iowa State wants to go out there and pass the ball through the air, you got to take advantage of your strengths. Those strengths are bully ball, control the clock, move the chains, put yourself in short yardage positions. And in fact, they did it better than almost everybody in the country last year, ranking number 2 in fourth down conversions. They also prep very well. 7 of 8 season openers have gone to victory lane for Kansas State, meaning give them enough time, they'll find a way to minimize their weaknesses and capitalize on their strengths out here. Neutral site revenge teams are 53-24. That's Kansas State. That's -3. I think that's a really strong look here. But the way I want to approach this is I'm going to look at this Matt Campbell effect. You know, considering that Kansas State's got to play bully ball, push them around, move the chains, keep that clock ticking, you got to look at some unders. In fact, Matt Campbell unders, when he's lined as a 0 to 7 point dog, the unders cashed 22 of its last 27 times. In fact, not just cash, but it's gone under by almost 11 points per game. So I like this under 49.5 as my first official play for Breaking the Huddle this season. Also, I'm going to double down because the first quarter, what we've seen with these neutral site Ireland games, teams have a tough time getting to the end zone. In fact, 8 times they've gone across the pond here. 6 times, one team has not found a touchdown in the first quarter. So I like this first quarter under 10.5. I like the full game under 49.5 with a strong lean to Kansas State -3. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Share in the comments your best bets, the way you want to attack week 0 in college football. Make sure you hit the like button and turn your notifications on. We'll give you guys a great college football season. Enjoy the video. Good luck with your week 0 action, and we'll see you guys real soon.